Hi, in this video I'm going to answer a question I get asked often. Why do we get fat? So on the other side I'm just going to share briefly and in a basic manner why we get fat. I'll see you on the other side. Hi, so in this video we're going to answer the question why we get fat. Now there are a number of theories why we get fat. The most prominent theory is the calories in, calories out theory, based on the law of thermodynamics. A man eats about 2,500 calories a day, well supposed to, and a woman about 2,000 calories a day. And the calories in, calories out hypothesis says that if you eat over that amount, either a woman over 2,000 approximately or a man over 2,500, you will put on weight because you are eating more calories than you are expending. And what that says is two things. It either says you're gluttonous, which is you're greedy, or you're lazy, which is sloth. They're saying, well, you know, it's your fault. You're eating, you're overeating too much, or you're not exercising enough. Now, here's a question to consider. So many or so much of our dietary guidelines have been based on this calories in, calories out hypothesis, but we're still getting fatter. We're still getting sicker. We're still putting on weight. Obesity is at an all-time high. And you know, I notice so many of my friends, as they get older, they start seeing this slight stomach, and it just gets bigger and get bigger. You know what I'm talking about. You know, that little pot belly that sometimes ends up to being weight all around your body, and you use it as an excuse. It was because I'm getting old. No, it's not because you're getting old. It could be because you're using the wrong methodology to manage your weight. What I subscribe to is the carbohydrate hypothesis. And that says it's not the calories you should be counting, it's actually the carbohydrates. In fact, one of my favorite sayings is, don't blame the butter, which is fat. Don't blame the butter for what the bread did, which is carbohydrate. It's actually carbohydrates that are making you put on weight. And if you reduce your carbohydrates, like I did, and like thousands of people around the world have done, you can actually control your weight so much better. Now, the carbohydrate hypothesis has to do with two things. In essence, it has to do with your blood sugar, which is known as blood glucose, and your insulin level. Very simply, is when you eat a carbohydrate, especially a simple carbohydrate, even a complex carbohydrate, what it does, it affects your blood sugar. So you eat, enzymes in your mouth break down that carbohydrate into smaller molecules called fructose and glucose. Your blood sugar rises. What then happens? Your pancreas releases insulin, because what your body wants to do is distribute that glucose around your body. And insulin does that. It kind of takes the blood glucose to the cells in your muscles and your liver, but your body can only take so much. So guess what happens to the excess blood sugar in your body? It's actually stored as fat. That's why insulin is also known as the fat storage hormone. So if there's a hormone known as the fat storage hormone, why would you want to stimulate that hormone? And what stimulates that hormone primarily are carbohydrates. And that's why a low carbohydrate diet works for people to lose weight and maintain that weight. There are so many people on this calories in, calories out diet. They restrict their calories to about 1,200 calories a day. And then when they start eating further because they're feeling incredibly hungry, the weight just goes back on again. And that's why they're in this yo-yo dieting. I have been on this low carbohydrate diet for coming up to 18 months now, and I have lost incredible amount of weight and my weight has stayed off. Now this is just a brief video. In some future videos I'm going to go into a lot more detail into these points, but the reason why we get fat, I want to put it to you today, is because of carbohydrates. It's not counting calories you should be counting. You should be counting the amount of carbohydrates you eat. So if 2019 is a year you want to slim down, a year you want to look trim, lean, and get your sexy back, maybe it's time you started looking at the amount of carbohydrates you eat and drink and take in the form of sugars. That's all for now. Until the next time, I'd like to say to you, have a great 2019. And oh, by the way, I have a book coming out. I have a book called Lean Keto. It's coming out very, very soon, in about, I would say, within the next couple of months. And it's going to go into the science of the carbohydrate hypothesis and detail exactly why we get fat, how we can avoid it, how we can be holistically healthy. So look out for that. That will be coming out in, I would say, about 6 to 8 weeks time. Fingers crossed. But for now, what I'd like to say is, remember, make health your habit. Bye for now.